Okay, just a quick one at Hidden Valley, the Savo. I'm standing in a cell that was grazed a couple of days ago. Michelle asked me the other day, how long do I leave them in a cell for? It depends is the answer, and that's an annoying answer, I know. But this area that I've mulched, and that cell in the distance that you can see, was half mulched. I sort of mulched the heavy blady grass areas and left the rest. That laid down a decent mat of, lignified, dried off grass matter. But the real aim was to try and get the blady grass to shoot so that they would eat it again. And just here you can see some examples of that. You see where that grass has been bitten off at the same height, pretty well across the cell. This is what I'm looking for before I really move them into a next cell if I'm trying to make some impact. What it's trying to do is level the playing field so that some of these other species that are coming through, and they're always here, you just don't always see them. That's like a little microlina or some native legume that comes through. There's a few other various little herbs or forbs, whatever people want to call them. I asked Lee Fieldhouse about this pennywort looking stuff, which probably isn't pennywort, but that's here in the pasture. And by stopping it from developing into a big rank stand of blady grass and actually making the cattle come back and eat it, trying to create some diversity, and you'll see some more desirable species where there's a bit more fertility around that cow pat. I've got some white clover. I have seen a little bit of red clover in this same area. Still some bare spots. Some of this is still resulting from when I keyline ripped this area a fair while ago. But it's a hell of a lot better than when I first started on the place, and I'm looking for plant spacing and diversity. That's my two sort of goals that I'm working on here at Hidden Valley. Anyway, I thought I'd just give that a quick mention. There's kind of a method to my madness, but it's hard to explain in a systems type formula. You've just got to come out and use your eyes and check out the paddocks that you've just grazed, and then make judgments as to how long you might need to leave them in a cell for any particular season, and also how many cattle and what class of cattle you've got. Just quickly before I finish off, and just because I've walked over here, you can see this rank blady grass. So this is a little corner of this cell that I didn't mulch, and that's what you end up with in an over mature stand. It just starts to dominate and become a monoculture, and you can see they've just been using it as a bed, so not getting any grazing value out of that sort of grass. And that's why I've mulched it off to then get them to eat it and look like this rather than this. Right, that's enough rambling. Have a great arvo.